Joel Embiid has the most pressure. LeBron's career, and I don't want to hear about LeBron's legacy. I don't want to hear any more about that. That is the new thing. Sorry, I'm old man, get off my lawn now, Trevor. That is the new thing when people can't think of anything else. They want to talk about legacy. LeBron James, if he decided tomorrow, never mind, I'm not going to play, he goes down as one of the, at worst, 5 best players of all time. And in most people's minds, in the top 2 or 3. Okay? So LeBron, if he doesn't play, much less doesn't win.
I couldn't tell, guys, if that was Wendy saying that or if that was Michael LeBron. 2 people who hate the legacy conversation for obvious.
Smart man.
But, Evan, who does have the most pressure on him in Philly this year?
Yeah, I think LeBron James, because he signed up for the pressure. Let me define what pressure is. Pressure is not something is going to go wrong where all of a sudden he won't be one of the greatest players ever, or it'll hurt his legacy or anything like that. It's simply this. Brian Windhorst, Tim McMahon on the Hoop Collective podcast, Tim says something that I think is brilliant about the Sixers organization. It's Joel Embiid's organization. It's Tyrese Maxey's team. That's what Tim McMahon says. Let me add one. I think it's LeBron James' season. I think he signed up to go to Philly because now we learn the reveal, the big reveal at the end of the movie or the TV show. What does happiness mean? Happiness means winning. That's what it means. So he's saying, I don't need to go back to Cleveland because it won't matter if I win. My legacy is set there. Same thing in Miami. Golden State. In theory, it's I want to be with my friends and I want to be near my family. Okay, if you don't win, you don't win. He's signing up for pressure. He's telling you the oddest of decisions. As Brian has been saying all show long, it's unfathomable that this actually happened. The most pressure is on LeBron James. That's what he signed up for. I think the least pressure is on Embiid. I think this is the lowest pressure he's had on him all career. I don't think there's ever been a point in Joel Embiid's career that he's had less pressure. You know why? You know how many games he has to play in the regular season? 0. If he doesn't play a single game, it doesn't matter. You know how many games he has to play in the postseason? Enough for them to win 16. That's with him or without him, it does not matter. He is an add-on piece to this great roster with great management and great coaching. The most pressure is on LeBron. He told you that by signing him.
This is a fascinating moment because most of the time you can go to every team in the league and you can answer this question. Sometimes the answer, by the way, isn't even a player. Sometimes it's the coach. Sometimes it's the GM. Sometimes it's the owner. I would say, like right now in Portland, the owner is under the most pressure, for example. But I don't have a good answer for this, Courtney. And it's because this is so complicated. Like Evan's talking, he's making a case for LeBron. Okay, well, you're going to argue that a guy who's making the minimum contract who's going to be 42 years old in the playoffs is under pressure? If that's the case, your team's kind of in a troublesome situation. Embiid, yeah, I mean, absolutely, I agree with Wilbon to a certain extent, but this is a guy, the Sixers played 11 playoff games this spring, okay? He missed 4 of them. 3 of them were because he had an appendectomy, all right? He comes back from an appendectomy before the doctors were going to clear him. He has a 34-point Game 7 in one of the great games of his career to carry them over the Celtics, and a few days later misses a game with a sore ankle. Because this is who Joel Embiid is. I mean, you can say that there's pressure on him, but you're never going to be able to account for the injuries. How can you account for a guy who can't play because he's hurt? This is just the nature of it. What, are you going to put the pressure on Jaylen Brown? Jaylen Brown didn't say, trade me to Philadelphia. He didn't say, I don't want to be in Boston anymore. That was a circumstance of this. That trade put pressure on the Celtics.
The NBA has just been turned on its head with the bombshell signing of LeBron James to the Philadelphia 76ers. As a sports enthusiast, I'm electrified to see how this power move will unfold, especially considering its potential impact on LeBron's legacy. With multiple championships, MVP awards, and a reputation as one of the all-time greats already under his belt, LeBron is on the cusp of cementing his status as the greatest of all time. If he can lead the 76ers to a championship, it would be the ultimate seal of approval, surpassing even the legendary Michael Jordan's impressive resume. Now, I know what you're thinking, what about Jordan's 6 championships with the Chicago Bulls? Didn't he have a dream team with Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, and Steve Kerr? Yes, but LeBron has consistently carried teams to the NBA Finals single-handedly, and if he can do it again with the 76ers, it would be a testament to his unwavering skill and dedication. The 76ers have a talented roster, with Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and Tobias Harris, but they need to gel and play consistently well to make a championship push. And then there's the elephant in the room, LeBron's age. The wear and tear of the NBA season can be brutal, but I believe he's made the right decision in signing with the 76ers. LeBron has always been a player who rises to the occasion, and I have no doubt he'll give it his all in pursuit of another championship. The 76ers are a team on the rise, with a talented young core. And a front office committed to winning. They have the pieces in place to make a deep playoff run, and with LeBron on board, they become an instant contender. The pressure is on, but I think LeBron is up to the task. He's always thrived under pressure, and I have no doubt he'll rise to the occasion once again. In fact, pressure is what drives LeBron, it's what motivates him to be the best player he can be. He's had to deal with pressure his entire career, from the moment he was drafted first overall by the Cleveland Cavaliers. He's always been in the spotlight, and he's always delivered. So, I don't think the pressure of playing for the 76ers will faze him. If anything, it will motivate him to work even harder and prove himself once again. Joel Embiid, the franchise player, also has pressure on him, but it's different from the pressure on LeBron. Embiid is still developing, still learning how to lead a team, while LeBron is a veteran who knows what it takes to win a championship. Embiid is trying to prove himself as a franchise player, while LeBron is trying to cement his legacy as the greatest of all time. That's a different kind of pressure, one that only a few players in the history of the game have had to deal with. The signing of LeBron James to the 76ers is a game-changer, not just for the team, but for the entire NBA. It's a move that could have far-reaching implications, and one that could potentially change the course of history. As a sports fan, I'm excited to see how it all plays out. Will LeBron lead the 76ers to a championship? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure, it's going to be a wild ride. LeBron is not just playing for himself, he's playing for his legacy. He's playing to cement his status as the greatest of all time, and that's a heavy burden to carry. But I think he's up to the task, I think he's motivated, and I think he's ready to put in the work necessary to make it happen. LeBron is not just a great player, he's a great leader who can inspire his teammates and make the players around him better. The 76ers have made a great move in signing LeBron, adding a player who can dominate the game, take over in big moments, and lead them to a championship. As a sports fan, that's what it's all about, watching great players do great things and cheering on your team as they make a run at the title. The other players on the 76ers, like Embiid, Maxey, and Harris, have a crucial role to play in this journey. They need to step up, play to their potential, and support LeBron as he makes his push for a championship. It's a team effort, and everyone needs to be on board if the 76ers are going to make a deep playoff run. I think they can do it, they have the talent, the chemistry, and the motivation to make it happen. But it won't be easy, there will be obstacles, challenges, and setbacks. However, if anyone can overcome those obstacles, it's LeBron James. He's a player who's been in tough situations before and has always come out on top. In the end, it's all about the championship, it's all about winning, and it's all about being the best. I think the 76ers have a great chance to do just that with LeBron on board. They become an instant contender, with the talent, depth, and motivation to make a deep playoff run. So, let's get ready, let's get excited, and let's watch the 76ers make a push for the title. It's going to be a wild ride, and I'm honored to be along for the ride.